what's up everybody? Sash and I just got back from Kanye's Sunday service in Salt Lake City. You're probably wondering where Sash is at. She's not here right now. She's at a baby shower. So I'm doing this one on my own. I've already gotten a lot of people asking me like, was it legitimate? What did you think of it? Was it like crazy? I don't know if I can give you an answer to was it legitimate because I don't know what you're basing that question off. So we'll get into that and talk through how our morning went a little bit this morning. To start off with, it was pretty crazy. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of frustration. A lot of crazy people. We heard about the event last night, and I guess this is how this takes place every time they do a Sunday service is they tell people about the event like the day before, and they don't even really tell people. It's just like word of mouth. And how we found out was I'm connected to a few different companies that were actually asked to help host this event. We heard last night Sasha comes barging in the door. She's like, Kanye's coming. He's doing a Sunday service in Salt Lake City at the Gateway Mall and we have to go. And I was like, okay. This morning we woke up really early, texting our friends. We were gonna meet us at the venue, and we leave here at 7:40. We're in the car, we're texting them, they're not responding. We're like, what is going on? Turns out they ended up like hosting the choir with some tea and that kind of stuff.
Our friends who we were supposed to meet, we have not heard from them in like 2 hours. So
What kind of friends are those?
I know, come on. We talked to the guard. He said it's already busy. Man, it's like, whew. It was fun. We have no clue what to do.
Long story short, Sasha and I were like, needed coffee for one, didn't eat, so we're like starving. We got coffee from La Barba Coffee in the Gateway.
Look, La Barba's slammed.
And I was like, I want to help, but I also have to do this, you know, I came for a reason.
Well,
I feel like I should help.
No.
So we got our coffee and went down to the North Gate, and I was like, I'm so hungry. When are we gonna eat? And she's like, I don't know. So I got on a Lime scooter and I scooted all the way to the Rose establishment and got us a couple cheddar biscuits, which got us through. Cheddar biscuits for Sasha and I. I'm riding this here Lime scooter.
I went to get food, so I'm here with 2 coffees, trying to save his spot.
So Sasha and I arrive at the North Gate of the Gateway. There's probably like 40 to 50 people when we arrive, because we got there at like 8:30 or so. And already like people are just like hyped, and they're like, yeah, Jesus. They're like, we don't need Jesus, we got Jesus, you know. And I thought that was so crazy because this event, this church service, I don't know if you want to call it that, is an attempt of Kanye, supposedly, him trying to get away from Jesus. Because I've heard him say, like, at one point I was calling myself Jesus, like, but then God saved me, and now I just want to worship him, give all the glory to him. It's a little bit crazy to me that a lot of fights almost broke out, and I'm like, this is like church. It's supposed to be church, right? We got our cheddar biscuit and we got our coffee and we're waiting in line, and more people start showing up, and it starts getting more and more chaotic, and people like multiple times, like not even just once, multiple times, like 5 people would just run through the gate, and then the rest of the people would be like, oh, let's go, and then everyone would just like rush.
We were waiting in line, and next minute they ask us to move so a car can come through. Everyone freaking books it, knocking everything down, pushing people losing their shoes. I wish we could have got on video. It was freaking crazy. So like anybody else, we also ran. Well, we kind of walked
Fast.
and then we jogged, but we're here now, and I think we're all in trouble. I think we're all in trouble for sneaking in or barging in.
The engineers and everyone setting up the event, they're like, you guys you have to go back to the gate because we can't set up with you here.
Okay, we're moving back, everybody.
Let's 2-step back to your place. So, do you want to see Kanye? You have to go back. And at one point, like, because the Gateway Mall, there's no way to stop everyone from coming in. Like, doesn't matter how great a security is, there's like escalators coming up from parking lots, there's like balconies everywhere, there's like multiple entrances, stores, rooftop entrances, you know. So people are trying to like keep the security's trying to keep people out, but they just could not, and they're treating the crowd like children because they're acting like children. I was so frustrated. People just trying to like get in. I'm like, you're just postponing the event, you idiots. If you want to see Kanye, you have to behave. You have to go back to the gate.
We need to clear the road so Kanye's crew can get through, but everyone keeps standing in the road because they want to get close and like pushing each other and fighting, and it's just crazy. And our friends are freaking doing a catering for Kanye, and we aren't. So jealous. He's not in a good mood.
At one point, the guy with the microphone is like, okay, follow me. And he's like, walks all the way out to the street, like holding like someone's shirt. He's like, okay, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Back here, guys. Back here, guys. Guys, further back. Let's go. Back here. Follow me, yeah. Just follow me. Come on. Everybody's like, yeah, guys, move back to the wall. Everyone's like, thank you. That goes right back there. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Excuse me, sir. Tommy. He's like pulling the crowd out to where they're supposed to be.
They made us like go way out.
We just gave up. We're just
well.
It was just madness. And then the tour buses come, and there's people literally like not wanting to lose their spot, so they're just like, their chest is like on the tour bus. The tour bus is like trying to come in with the choir. Oh my gosh, it was insane. As far as the actual event goes, for all of you asking, was it legitimate? So Sasha and I got a pretty good view of the event for most of the time. The only problem is we could not really hear what was going on. So if you're asking if it was like scripturally based, if it was like legitimate, like in the sense of biblically accurate, I can't really say. All I know is they started with worship, and worship was awesome. They had a full choir. It was gospel through and through. You'll probably hear it on his album soon if he releases it. They did worship, and then they had a teacher come up. I think he was from Detroit or something, and he was pretty good. I didn't really hear everything that he said. The gist of what I got out of his message was, Jesus saves. Jesus saves. He's like, Jesus does what? And everyone's like, Jesus saves, you know? So that's a good step, I guess. If you're looking for legitimacy, it's more legitimate than, hey, I'm Jesus, you know, like, I'm Jesus incarnate, you know, like, that's not, it was so far from that, if that's what you're wondering. So the pastor or teacher speaks a message from the Bible. At the end, Sasha and I went down where we could hear, and we got a little bit more worship music, which was fun. And we got to hear Kanye speak, and he talked about how Jesus, how God healed his brain, and how all the glory needs to be given to him. And he talked about like how God is the only one to fear. If you have multiple fears, you need to like ditch that idea and just have one fear, because God is in control of everything. So he's the only one you need to fear.
Multiple things that you be afraid of sometimes. Who all has multiple things that they be afraid of? Now another show of hands. Who here has one thing to be afraid of? Simplify it, right? We can simplify our lives by only being afraid of one thing, and that's God. Because everything is up to God. Any attacks on you, any threats, all that worry.
And it was like a pretty cool thing, and I didn't hear anything too crazy from him that was like off base, but I also didn't hear all of it. But then Sasha and I got to dance a little bit. We got to listen to the choir. Oh man, it was sweet. It's so amazing, like I can't even explain. I love choirs, I love gospel music. I thought it was way sweet. A few side notes, man, this was one of the craziest events I've ever been to in Salt Lake City. Like there's people like climbing poles and like sitting at the top of these poles, like light poles in the gateway on top of balconies, like risking their lives. People lining the roofs, like hanging their legs off the edge. It was like packed in the gateway. I've never seen that many people there ever, not even close. It was an insane environment. The setup was Kanye was in the middle, the choir was around him, and they let the crowd come all the way up to where the choir was. The only barrier between Kanye and the people were the choir members, and so it was like super intimate in that sense, but most people couldn't see. So I'm glad I could see, but I wish I could have heard. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Sorry it's not a normal video, Sasha's not here. But if you want to see more stuff like this, hopefully more stuff comes up that we get to attend and voice our opinion on. I wish that Sasha was here to give her 2 cents on the event, but it was a lot of fun. I hope you got a little bit more information on what the Kanye Sunday service is like based on this video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Jesus is already won the victory. Jesus is already won the victory.